Yo, what up? It's Rainbow 2, and today I am continuing a series that I started like 2 years ago and then never continued. A series where I list my top 10 favorite common artworks from every set. By common, I mean it can be common, uncommon, rare, or rare hollow, but nothing above. So, like, no EX, no art rares, or special art rares, just the cards that you would typically define as bulk and just not really pay much attention to. Shout out to Cabagon for heavily requesting that I return to this series 20 years later. And here we are today with my top 10 common cards from Stellar Crown Scarlet Violet. Oh, also, I'm not going to be judging the Pokemon at all. So even if it's like my favorite Pokemon of all time and the artwork is mid, I'm not just going to automatically put it as a favorite. I'm judging strictly by the art. Okay, number 10, Togedemaru. So I think that this artist has like a really cool, unique style. They also did the Magearna from Lost Origin, which is another one of my favorites, because at first glance, it looks very elegant and pretty. But then when you look closer at the background, the hedges are all blocky, like a Minecraft vibe, which is usually, like, I think Minecraft and blockiness is usually ugly, but they make it blend in. So it's not like super noticeable at first that it has Minecraft attributes. And it's interesting, like even the flowers look kind of blocky, like as if they're part of like a Lego playset. And with the Togedemaru, like even though Togedemaru is like literally a ball, he's super round, it also has that like blockiness to it. And the same, like the Lego flowers, the pastel color scheme, it's understated, but when you look at it more, it's like, that's different, you know? So props to them. Number 9, Alcremie. This one is pretty self-explanatory. It's just so cute, so fun, so yummy. All of the detail of all the different desserts on the counter are super fun. The thing on top of the cupcake looks like the ribbon sweet, which is one of the items that is used to evolve Milcery into Alcremie. I don't know if that was intentional, but it's still pretty cute. I also really like how it looks like there's a Cheez-It stuck into the top of the cake. And I particularly enjoy this little checkerboard cookie right here because it reminds me of an old school Animal Crossing New Leaf path that you would use in like a gingerbread themed island. And that's where Alcremie would live, obviously. Number 8, Lapras. This one is another self-explanatory choice. Like, it just is a very visually appealing aquatic scene. This artist, Rika, makes so many beautiful, magical scenes. Like, one of my favorite is definitely the Dragonair art rare from 151. Like, this is the most perfect thing I've ever seen. The way that they do the water, it's so picturesque, and the same with this Lapras. You could see beneath the crystal clear water, the pose with the head majestically turned to the side. You would definitely want to hang this on the wall of your beach house and be like, there it is. Aquatic ambiance at its finest, for sure. Number 7, Wooloo. Okay, Wooloo annoys me. Actually, no, I just said in the intro that I wasn't going to judge it on the Pokemon, just the artwork, but whatever. Let me just mention, I find Wooloo really annoying because I feel like every new generation, there's like a few certain Pokemon that they really want to shove down your throat. And like for Gen 8, Wooloo is one of them. Gen 9, it's like Lechonk and Smoliv. Anyway, so when I see Wooloo, I'm usually immediately bored or just like, ugh. But this one, I stopped and I felt bad. And I was like, oh, that's really cute. It's very like dancing in the moonlight type vibes, very happy. I love the dandelions floating around like wool, little cotton balls, just like him. It got me to stop and look and feel joy from looking at a Pokemon that usually doesn't bring me joy. So I really enjoyed it. Number 6, Malmetal. Now, this artist, they also did the Skarmory art rare from Paradise Dragona. And it was like the Pokemon company said, yo, we need someone to make metallic Pokemon look metallic AF. And they were like, hey, that's what I was born to do. That's what I excel at. And here we are. This Melmetal and the Skarmory are two perfect examples of the fact that this artist was born to make stuff look metal AF, because the way that you could see like the reflections on the body and like the light shining through the window panes and it's number 5, Impidimp. Now, this one might seem like a little biased because I love Komiya artwork, and it's like, oh, of course, I'm going to put the Komiya artwork on here. And, obviously he's known for his crazy colors and intricate, kooky backgrounds. And this one is just like all the other ones. But the thing here, it's like at first glance, it's like, yeah, okay, here it is, just like all the other Komiya cards, rainbow, wacky, Wonka world. But then it all ties together into the colors spiraling up the tree. And then you realize that it's not just wacky, wiggly world for the sake of being a Komiya. It's because he's actually in the Tag Tree Thicket, which is a real area in the game that has crazy colors spiraling up the trees, which is where Impidimp actually is in the game. So he actually made the level design for where the character really is work with his art style instead of it just being for the sake of him being kooky. And it's like, you know what, good for you. That really works out. It's super cool. Because I like artwork that I know where it is, because it makes me feel like I'm in on it. Like, ooh, I was there. Oh my God. It makes me have memories and feel like I'm part of the world. So it's cool that Komiya, who usually like takes you out of the world in his own like kooky, wacky land, is actually like bringing you into the world for once. Number 4, Koraidon. Kawaii is one of my all-time favorite artists because everything is so flowy and intense, like the Pokemon is growing out of a dramatic billowing smoke cloud. And even though the colors are usually more muted and faded than the Pokemon's colors typically look, like Koraidon, who's normally bright red, is more muted colors, but it still manages to look very bold and intense. And even though he's just standing there in the artwork, it still manages to look dynamic. And that's what I love about kawaii art. The end. Number 3, Phalanx. So I'm not particularly a fan of this Pokemon, so it would be really easy for me to just like go buy a Phalanx card and not really think anything of it. But this artist, their style always stands out to me. Like, it's very unique. I could always pick it out and I stop at it and be like, huh, that's nice. That's always a good thing about an artist. If I can stop looking through the cards and say like, huh, look at that. Like that's really half of it. And then the other half is like being able to consistently pick their style out and say, huh, look at that. That's them. Ha, I'm Mickey Mouse. Yeah, when you turn into Mickey Mouse when you're opening cards, that's when you know it's a good artist. So not only does it look like a nice, appealing oil painting or something that you would see hung up at a museum, even if you don't like Phalanx or even know that this is a Pokemon, I feel like it's so appealing looking that you could just put this and slap it on a dress with pockets or like a chunky autumn sweater, and just the vibes and color scheme and everything about it is so fall and so fun that sweater that you slapped it on, there'd be viral TikToks being like, fall girlies, run, don't walk to Target. This fall style print is out of control. They would be going crazy, even if they don't even know that that's a Pokemon. Like, it's just such an appealing looking image. Number 2, Driftblim. So I love Cao Cao artwork. I think Cao Cao is like a favorite of most people. All of their artwork is just very whimsical, like it came out of a magical fairy tale, but it's also kind of mischievous as well. This one reminds me of, that like old school animated Christmas movie called The Snowman, and it's all like depressing and the snowman is flying with the girl and they play that song and it's like, we're flying in the air, la, 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 la. And it's just them flying around, and it made me cry and feel like almost verging on like bad vibe, even though it's like a beautiful scene, but it's kind of like somber and like bad vibe in a way. This card is like the snowman if it were prettier. Because that movie is like very dark blue and like depressing, where this is very pastel, but also has like a mysterious, almost somber quality to it. Like you could hear that song being like, la, 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 with this this blimp flying over this magical city. But it's kind of spooky at the same time. But it's very magical and fun. And it does have that kind of like somber snowman vibe if you think about it, because it evolves from Driftblim, which is known for kidnapping children and floating away. And, you know, this is its evolution. And the snowman also kidnaps children and flies over the city. So it makes sense. It all makes sense. Okay, and my number one pick for Stellar Crown is Jirachi. This is such a dreamy, mystical scene, like this beautiful, magical star baby, otherworldly, just crashed from the sky, and like the most exciting adventure is about to unfold. They should put this, just this simple image on like a cutscene or on a video game, on a movie poster. It's like, ooh, what mystical things lie in store. Such a fun adventure of intergalactic possibilities. And I love how the glitter from around Jirachi that's like surrounding the water, it looks like it's a reflection of the starry night sky, and it's just like reflecting in the water with the sparkles, making it just like an endless night sparkle fest. You know, everything about it is perfect. It's one of my favorite artworks so far. I say that like every other day about a lot of things, but this one is pretty impactful. Let's just say it's a standout star of the set for me. It's going to be a yes for me, dog. Jirachi is my number one. Okay, so yes, once again, shout out to all of my fans that heavily requested this, that I continue this series of top 10 favorite common cards. And let me know if my list was awesome, if you disagree because I didn't include one of your favorites, or if you think that one of the ones I chose is absolutely hideous. Let me know, and thanks for watching. Okay, bye.